On day 1, I spawned in front of a temple as a baby elemental HYDRA. Both of my parents were looking up to me, each representing a different element.
I can't believe my eyes.
My goodness. Son, you are the first elemental HYDRA.
I am? I noticed that I had 4 different abilities. Whoa! I shot them all one by one and saw that I held the powers of fire, ice, earth, and lightning. Since I was a baby, though, these powers were very weak. I have a lot to learn. The skies then all turned gray, and in a huge purple explosion, a scary-looking Minotaur appeared.
No, he found us. We must all retreat now.
Before my family could even move, the Minotaur shot a wave of his powers, killing them instantly. No!
Well. Elemental HYDRA, I have found you. It is my destiny to destroy all the elements that exist in this world, so that the dark matter, is the only one left. Now, you shall die!
He charged in, and I knew that I had to fight back. I tried using my powers, but they were extremely weak. Since I was a baby, though, I was able to easily avoid the Minotaur's attacks. I knew that I stood no chance and had to run.
You can't escape your destiny. Not from me!
On day 2, I was still being chased. I have to lose this guy. The Minotaur then slammed his hammer on the floor, which summoned a giant labyrinth surrounding us. Oh no, where am I? I looked around and knew that I had to find a way out of here before the Minotaur found me. I was making my way through, making sure to check every corner that I could.
I will find you!
I need to move quicker. I started to, but because of it, I accidentally ran into a puddle of dark purple goo. Ow! I started to take damage immediately. Is this the dark matter element? I kept running until I looked up and realized that I ran into a dead end. Oh no, what now?
You think you can escape me?
I turned around and saw the Minotaur was right behind me. I'm trapped.
Are you scared? Just like your family? How pathetic. You know, killing them brought me joy. And so will this.
I thought I was done for until a fire griffin landed right in front of me. What the?
Hurry! Hop on!
I did as the griffin said, and we started to fly out of the labyrinth.
Run now, but your time will come to an end very soon.
On day 3, the griffin and I were flying over the mountains. Hey, so you never told me your name. Why did you save me?
Quiet, HYDRA! We're almost there!
Almost where? All of a sudden, a large mountain appeared in front of us. Whoa, what is this Ouch! Why would you just drop me like that? I thought you were a good guy.
Shut up and turn around!
I did as the fire griffin said and saw a fire elemental orb floating right in front of me. What is that? The fire griffin hit me into it, which caused me to absorb it. My body then started to change. I gained 5 more hearts and grew into an adult-sized elemental HYDRA. Whoa. I also noticed that my fire ability was way stronger.
I knew the elemental HYDRA would arrive, but I didn't know it would be this soon.
What just happened to me?
This was the first of the 4 elemental orbs that exist in this world. Each you collect will make you that much stronger.
Well then, I want to go out and collect all of them so I can avenge my family and defeat that Minotaur.
Excellent! The name's Flu.
Nice to meet you, Flu. I'm Fozo. Our introductions got cut short, though, because the volcano that we were standing on sounded like it was about to erupt. We need to leave now. On day 4, Flu and I were running as fast as we could with the volcano erupting behind us.
We must find a place to take cover.
Agreed. I looked over and noticed a small cave entrance. There! Both Flu and I ran inside of the cave, just in time. Man, that was close. Flu and I both made our way through the cave, knowing we needed to find an alternative exit. We then finally reached a clearing, leading us to an open area. Whoa, This place is beautiful.
Not for long. If that Minotaur gets what he wants, all of this beauty will be destroyed.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Knowing my adventures up ahead were going to be challenging, I decided to make this place my new sanctuary. I started by going into the woods to grab resources and craft a set of stone tools. Then, I returned and made our home right in the center of the valley. I then built up a fire-themed tower in the desert biome to represent my elements. I can't wait to see what my base looks like with all 4 towers. Then, out of the blue, I saw lightning slashing through the sky in the distance. What can that be?
Your next journey. I will stay here to keep the orbs safe. Good luck, Fozo.
I made my way towards the lightning on day 5. The closer I got, the more that was striking around me. This isn't scary at all. I was roaming throughout the forest until I was met with an opening. I saw that there was a large Cyclops fighting against a lightning summoner.
Leave my home at once!
Never!
The lightning summoner then killed the Cyclops. My goodness! My accidental yell alerted the summoner, causing him to spot me.
Oh, there you are, Elemental Hydra. The Dark Matter Minotaur will be pleased with my capture.
Wait, you're working with the Minotaur? But why?
Time will tell. I know you have the Fire Orb. And if you want the lightning one, you will have to go through me!
The summoner then started to attack me. I fought back using my new fire ability, but he was still incredibly strong. Oh no, I'm done for. Suddenly, a baby Cyclops ran out of the forest and distracted him.
Leave him alone!
While he was distracted, I used my fire ability and hit him straight in the eyes, temporarily blinding him. While he was blinded, the baby Cyclops and I made a run for it. On day 6, the baby Cyclops and I made it into a nearby cave. I felt extremely weak and had no food to heal. One more hit and I was done for.
Here, take this!
The Cyclops handed me over a few cooked mutton. Thank you. I quickly ate it, and my heart started to regenerate. Ah, that's much better. Hey, thanks again for saving me back there. I thought I was done for.
Of course. That horrible man, he killed my father. I'll do whatever I can to stop him.
You know, my family just recently got taken away from me too. I know what it feels like to be alone. Maybe the 2 of us don't have to be anymore. The 2 of us agreed, and we're now an official team.
My name is Zach.
I noticed some nearby iron on the walls and decided to mine everything I could find. Eventually, I had a full set of iron tools. Sweet! Zach and I made our way out of the cave and made it back home. Flu was happy to see that I brought over a new friend. Me too, Flu. Now let's make you a new place to stay. I quickly made him a nice home in the Rocky region. I wanted him to feel like it was his home. I hope you like it, buddy.
I love it. You know, I spent most of my life underground since people are afraid of us. But I recently found a temple out while I was adventuring. Maybe it's holding what you're looking for.
It's worth a look. Zach then threw me a map, and I headed off to go find this temple. On day 7, I arrived at a strange-looking entryway. I think I found the place. I went inside, trying to be as careful as I could. Even though this place was underground, it was absolutely beautiful. While going down, I managed to find an abandoned-looking chest. Inside of it was an iron chest plate. Awesome. I kept going until I was met with an ominous opening inside the cave. I don't have a good feeling about this. At the other end of it was a large door. I went in front of it and tried to open the entryway, but it wouldn't budge. Ah, come on. How am I supposed to get in now? All of a sudden, a giant club got smashed down over me. Ah!
Those who enter this domain shall die!
No, wait! The troll didn't listen though and kept attacking. I knew at this point it was either gonna be me or him. His attacks were hard, but with my new fire ability, I was putting up a fight. I shot him one last time, defeating him. And from the looks of things, he dropped a key. I picked it up and used it on the door, causing the entryway to open. Time to find out what this troll was protecting. On day 8, I entered a new area inside of the temple. I was inside a room full of trees, leaves, and vines. All of a sudden, a huge gust of wind flew throughout the air.
Ah, yeah.
I have been expecting you.
I turned around to see a giant tree talking to me. And who might you be?
A being that possesses the Earth Elemental Orb, and also someone that needs your help.
I then noticed that the tree was sick. All of its roots looked like they were dripping purple. Why is this happening to you?
The dark matter has spread throughout this world. It has gotten in my roots, causing my slow death.
I can't just let that happen.
Listen closely, Hydra. If you want this orb, you will have to prove yourself. Go out and find the sacred bone meal and bring it back to me. If you do, then I shall grant you the orb.
And if I don't?
Then I will end you, Hydra. Leave at once and do not fail.
On days 9 to 10, I went out in search of the sacred bone meal. The tree told me that it should be at a nearby camp. But where? I kept roaming around the area until I saw campfire smoke coming from over the trees. I walked over until I saw a hideout. It was full of dark matter skeletons, and they did not look friendly. But maybe I was wrong? Nope, not wrong. The skeletons all began to shoot at me. Come on, guys. Can't we just all talk this out? They weren't amused, though. Fine, take this. I shot my fire ability, which caused the entire camp to go up in flames.
He's got fire! Retreat!
The skeletons that weren't defeated all fled the scene. If only you guys talked it out. I explored the burning camp and saw a chest in one of the tents. Inside was the sacred bone meal. I know one grumpy tree that's gonna love this. I made my way back to the elder tree on days 11 to 12. I looked around and noticed that the conditions of the room had gotten much worse.
Have you brought me my prize?
Yes, I did. Here you go.
No, my condition is much worse than I originally thought. I want you to keep it. And listen closely. This Minotaur is strong, much stronger than any one of us have thought. He has killed gods, Bozo. The only way to stop him is with the use of all 4 elements. They are what counter his dark matter.
What if I never get strong enough?
You will have to. This world is in your hands. Please, save my Earth.
The elder tree died right in front of me. I promise I will. Suddenly, the earth orb appeared. I picked it up, which caused me to grow another head. I also had 5 more hearts and noticed that I now could pick up earth blocks and throw them on command. I knew that so many people were counting on me to stop all of this. I just hope that I have what it takes. On days 13 to 14, I made it back home. From there, I started to build up my next elemental tower. I decided to make this one in the jungle biome and themed it accordingly. There we go. 2 down, 2 more to go. I looked around and noticed that Flu was nowhere to be found. I hope he's okay. Zach noticed me and ran over.
Hey, Bozo, you're back! I forgot to tell you, us Cyclopses know a lot about forgery. I mean, he even made Zeus's lightning bolt. I have an item I want to make you, but I'll need a special type of anvil to make it.
Special type of anvil, huh? Where can I find something like that? On days 15 to 16, I was out searching for a castle. According to Zach, that's where the special anvil would be. But how am I supposed to find it? It could be anywhere. While searching, I found a village, but this one seemed different. What's going on here? Everything was purple, and the villagers looked like they were stuck in place? Hello? No one was even responding to me. I then heard a noise coming from one of the houses. I went to go check it out and found a normal villager hiding scared.
My goodness! I thought you were that Minotaur again!
Minotaur? Is he the one that did this?
Why, yes, that stupid idiot possessed my entire village! He kidnapped all my friends' souls using his dark matter magic. He even took Henry's!
I am so sorry. Look, why don't you come stay at my base? I'd go with you, but I'm searching for a castle right now.
Castle, did you say? I know of an abandoned one right on top of this nearby mountain. But be careful though, weirdly multiple-headed snake. I've heard there is a dangerous creature that lives within it.
I thanked the villager, and we both split up. On days 17 to 18, I made my way up the nearest mountain, and just as the villagers said, there was a large abandoned castle sitting on top. The ancient anvil is supposed to be here? I started walking, but as soon as I stepped foot inside, I got encased with a bunch of spider webs. Ah! I then looked around and spotted a dark matter spider slowly dropping in front of me. Let me go!
What a treat. If I were to kill you, who knows how much that minotaur would reward me.
The dark matter spider then attacked, but I broke free and started using my earth powers, picking up the ground below me. You're grounded! The spider didn't like this and kept attacking. Come on! That was a good joke! That's when an idea sparked. I picked up another block and threw it at the spider. Then, while stunned, I used my fire ability and took it down with the lava. Fun fact, spiders hate fire. Take that! I looked around and eventually found the ancient anvil. I went over and grabbed it. With this, I'm sure Zach can make me the item he was talking about. As I was leaving, Flu landed right in front of me. Flu, there you are!
Good work, Fozo! You're getting stronger by the day! Bad news, though. So is the Minotaur. From the looks of things, elements around the world are slowly starting to get replaced by dark matter.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You must focus on gathering the next 2 upgrades before they turn as well. Let's go back to base. I think I found out how you can find the ice element.
On days 19 to 20, Flu and I made it back to base.
Oh, there you are. Thank goodness. Do you have the anvil?
I do. I gave Zach the anvil.
It will be ready in a few days.
He went off to go craft my new special item. I wonder what it is.
Fozo, take this.
Flu handed me a map that looked like it led me straight towards the next elemental orb.
The ice element will not be easy to obtain. If you wish to be successful, then you must grow stronger first. I will continue to be your eyes and ears.
Copy that, Flu. But I wonder how else I'm supposed to grow stronger. Flu walked off, and as I was there wondering, I noticed the sad villager roaming around my base without a home. Wait a minute, I recognize you.
Yes, you told me that I could have a home here, but I don't stand anywhere, buddy.
Give me a second, jeez. I found a nice spot for the villager and made him a nice little house near mine. Alongside it, I even added a farm.
Thank you, Hydra. I promise I will spend my days farming and supplying all of you food.
Gee, thanks. As I was finishing, I then noticed a large beacon shoot off in the distance. What can that be? On days 21 to 23, I made my way towards the beacon and found an ice-type society at the source of it. As I was making my way inside, I got attacked from behind. Ah! I turned to see a unicorn.
My goodness, the elemental HYDRA. My apologies. Follow me quick. We need your help.
The unicorn escorted me towards the top of their society and brought me in a room where there were a group of them standing in front of a unicorn encased in stone.
This is our leader. He was turned into stone with the use of dark matter.
He's our main source of power. Without him, us unicorns are useless.
How did this happen? The unicorns explained to me that it happened too fast to tell, and all they heard were the sound of snakes. Snakes? Interesting. They then brought me to a room that resembled a lab of some sorts.
We unicorns are great with magic and potions. If you help us and find any object that has dark matter on it, we can make a cure for our leader.
Well, what's in it for me, huh?
Do this for us. If you succeed, we will give you our magic, which shall greatly help in your quest.
Okay, sounds fair. I'll be right back. On days 24 to 26, I was in search for dark matter. Finding some can't be that hard, right? I then heard the sound of a hiss. Wait, no, multiple hisses. As if they were a bunch of snakes together? I followed the noises until I was led to a small satyr village that was destroyed. What happened here? I then heard a scream and looked over to see a satyr being turned into stone. What?
Yes, just like the rest. Freeze for eternity. With the dark matter on my side, I've never felt so much power.
Medusa? She's causing this? She must be working for the Minotaur. Then I heard a stomp that caused the entire forest to rumble. Then another and another. Oh no. Is it?
Another small camp down, I see.
Yes, these peasants didn't see it coming.
Then why waste your time here? You call these people peasants, then waste your time. For what? Do you not understand the mission?
Sir,
You speak only when I tell you to. Go out. Get your hands on that elemental HYDRA. He is the one person that can halt all of this. I will become immortal, and that only happens if my element is the last to live on this filthy planet.
So that's what the Minotaur is planning? He wants immortality. I watched as they both began to leave. I know it's risky, but if I follow them, they'll for sure lead me to some dark matter. Okay, Fozo, here goes nothing. On days 27 to 29, I was brought to a large labyrinth. Is this where the dark matter Minotaur lives? Of course this labyrinth would be his home. There has to be something with dark matter in here. I was making my way into his creepy maze when I spotted one of his minions there. It's probably not a good idea to be seen by one of those guys. I was sneaking through until I found a room. Inside of it was a strange purple block that was filled with dark matter. Perfect! I went over to mine the material, but unfortunately, my pickaxe wasn't working. I can't collect this stuff? What am I supposed to do? While contemplating, one of the Minotaur's men spotted me.
An intruder? Perish!
The minion rushed at me and started to attack. His attacks were surprisingly strong. Each hit took away a few of my hearts. I was a HYDRA though, and knew that I couldn't give up now. I used my fire attacks on him, which stunned him, and shot blocks at him to slow him down. After a while, I was able to take him down. From the looks of things, he dropped a strange looking pickaxe. Maybe I could pick up the block with this? I went over and was successfully able to mine the block. Awesome. Now let's go save those unicorns. On days 30 to 34, I returned back to the unicorn's hideout.
There you are. Have you returned with the item?
I have. I threw the item to the unicorn, and he quickly left to the potion room. I followed and saw him use his magic to craft a cure. Whoa. Both of us then made it to the head unicorn and freed him from his imprisonment. A burst of light soared throughout the air and filled their entire kingdom. Their magic was restored.
Oh my. You guys did it! You saved me! What, is that the HYDRA?
He is responsible for your return, sir.
It's true. Now, you said I would gain something from all of this. What is it exactly?
If this is true, then I would like you to have this, our frozen unicorn wand. Use it to get out of tough situations.
Wow, I wonder what I can do with this. I think I may be strong enough to take on the ice element now.
Those evil men know where us unicorns live, and they'll be back. I don't think me or my men are safe.
So what? You want to live with me? Ugh, okay, fine. Follow me, everyone. On days 35 to 38, the unicorns and I arrived at my home.
You live here?
Yep. Welcome to your new lovely home. Using the materials from the unicorn's previous base, I quickly made them a home in the ice region. I hope you guys enjoy your stay.
Fozo! Fozo! I did it! I made you your item!
Well, what is it? We walked until I saw a special shield sitting on the table.
Your very own HYDRA shield. With this, you can block any dark matter attacks.
Wow, thanks. This means a lot. I then noticed he put on some armor of his own.
I also made myself a little something so I can go out and help you on your quest. I heard this ice element won't be an easy task.
Yeah, you're right. But I think it's time we complete it. On days 39 to 43, we both made our way through the icy tundra. Deep through the fog, we can spot off a mountain in the distance. Do you think the ice element is being held there? Out of nowhere, lightning struck right in front of us. Oh no. Does this mean?
Take this!
A lightning bolt blasted in between Zach and I. The lightning summoner then appeared. Why? Why are you doing this?
That evil Minotaur is too powerful for any of us. If we can't beat them, then we might as well join them.
That's not true. We can work together and stop him. The summoner didn't listen though and kept trying to attack us. I fought back using my new upgrades. I would pick up blocks and hit him. To my surprise, it barely did any damage. He then sliced his sword through me and picked me up through the air. Ah! I was down only a couple of hearts.
I can kill you right now, but why waste the victory? Continue to grow stronger, HYDRA. Amuse me. I can't wait for our final battle.
No, he got away! Ah!
Whoa, Zach, it's okay. I could tell, though, that he was frustrated. All he wanted was to avenge his father, and I get that. I just don't understand how I'm supposed to defeat him, let alone the Minotaur. Zach and I got up and continued making our way to the ice element. We were walking on an ice lake when suddenly the ice around us began to crack. Oh no, run! Zach and I started to run as fast as we could, but unfortunately, the ice broke right underneath him.
Oh no! Help!
Hang on! On days 44 to 47, I swam in after Zach. Oh, come on. Where could he be? I kept searching and couldn't find any sign of him. Oh no. Is he gone? Right as I lost faith, I saw a hippocampus swim right through me. Whoa, who was that? I looked closer and saw that he was holding Zach. Hey, get back here! I began to chase after the hippocampus. You can't just kidnap my friend and get away with it. I was about to attack him when he emerged out of the water and set Zach down.
Rest now, little one.
Did you save him?
Barely. The name's Charlie. I was just swimming away from some dark matter creatures in these cold waters when I saw this little guy drowning. After seeing my family die, I knew I had to save him.
I'm so sorry. The dark matter is really getting out of hand. Look, I have a base that can keep you better protected. If you bring my friend Zach back with you, I'm sure we can find a spot for you to stay as well. The hippocampus was filled with excitement and agreed. I guess I have to get this upgrade on my own. On days 48 to 50, I made my way up to the highest mountain. The further I went, the colder it got. It was freezing. I made my way up and found a weird looking structure. It almost looked like a den. Yikes. Those are a lot of bones. I noticed a chest that was propped up in the middle. Could it be that easy? I went over to open the chest, filled with excitement, only to be met with a bunch of rotten flesh? Ugh, what? What kind of beast would own one of these? Nice doggy? The giant wolf rushed at me and started to attack. Ah! What do I do? I then had an idea. I used the unicorn wand to levitate the wolf. I shot my lava stick at him. A few shots later, and the wolf was down for the count. Piece of cake. Thank goodness I had this wand. I noticed that the wolf dropped the ice elemental orb. I went over and picked it up. I gained 5 more hearts and grew another head. With the increase of heads, I felt so strong. I also noticed that my ice ability was upgraded. I can't wait to test this baby out. On days 51 to 53, I safely made my way out of the tundra. This warm weather feels a lot better. I then heard a familiar hissing noise. Medusa? Is she here?
Of course I am, Bozo. I have come to take you to the Minotaur, dead or alive. It's your head or my own.
I don't think so. I ran in and used my new ice scythe on Medusa, which caused her to freeze in place. Sweet. She fought back with a powerful dark matter ability, and this made the fight extremely difficult. But because of my new upgrades, I was not backing down.
Don't you see? This new version of the world is the only way.
No! I continue to fight Medusa valiantly and can tell that she was growing weaker.
No! I'm supposed to be stronger.
After one more hit, I took her down. I looked down and noticed that she dropped her head. Ew, gross. I picked it up and made my way back home. On days 54 to 56, I made it back to base with the 3rd element. I knew before I did anything that I had to make my 3rd tower. I obviously made this one in the tundra biome and now needed the last one to fully complete my base. I walked over to check on Zach and saw that he was resting with the hippocampus by his side. I'm just glad he has company.
Bozo, there you are!
Flu, it's good to see you.
Listen, things aren't looking so great out there. Great job on finding the 3 elements, but you need to hurry on getting the last one.
Look, I don't know if I can beat the lightning summoner. He's still far too powerful, even for me.
Did you say lightning summoner? Oh, our people know lots about him.
You do?
Yeah, and believe it or not, he isn't that strong against water.
That's it! Bozo! I think I know of an item that will help you defeat him.
Okay, well, what is it?
Poseidon's lost trident, and it won't be easy to get.
I started my search for Poseidon's lost trident on days 57 to 59.
Only those who breathe water would know where to look.
I started by searching the shoreline, but I searched for what felt like days. I can't find anything. I then heard singing. It was coming from behind me. I turned around and saw one of the most beautiful beings I had ever seen. She was sitting on the shore, singing to herself. I felt weirdly drawn to her.
Fozo, come here. Fozo.
You are beautiful.
Attack!
Ah! The siren then attacked me so hard that my vision started to become blurry. On days 60 to 62, I slowly woke up only to find myself underwater. What happened? After a second glance, I realized I was in the middle of a siren camp. Oh no, this isn't good.
Oh, he's awake. Your Majesty.
You think you can trespass in these lands and not face the consequences?
Look, I'm doing it for a good cause, okay? I'm trying to find Poseidon's lost trident so I can put an end to the Minotaur who's hurting this world.
Do not speak to me as if I'm not aware of these conditions. We know of this Minotaur, but it does not excuse your actions. Us sirens are very protective, and now you shall die.
Wait, die, Your Majesty? Isn't that too far?
Yeah, listen to her. It's too far. As they were debating, I noticed that the water around us slowly started to change from its healthy blue color to a dark purple one. Oh no. Is this
dark matter?
I looked around as all of the sirens in the camp started to choke. I gotta get out of here. Using my earth ability, I was able to smash a hole through the cage, but my hearts were getting low fast.
You, Hydra, come with me now.
I swam out quickly with the siren that was guarding me. On days 63 to 67, the siren and I made it to an underwater temple. We swam right to the entrance of it. Phew, that was close. Hey, why did you help me?
The dark matter is becoming too much for everyone. My home, my sisters, they're gone. If you are the one who must reverse this, then I will do what I can to help.
The siren then showed me the temple and told me that this is where Poseidon's lost trident is being held. Wait, really?
Yes, but it will be a challenge to obtain. It's dangerous even for a siren like me.
Well, I'm the only hope in stopping this Minotaur. I have no choice. The siren nodded and escorted us further down in the temple. We reached a large room and the siren swam away frantically. I guess I'm here. Hello? I swam into the room and saw a giant golden statue shaped as a trident. This place isn't so bad. I spoke too soon though, because out of nowhere, I got attacked by a giant sea serpent. Ouch! I can see now why they said getting this trident was dangerous. The serpent kept biting at me. I knew that I couldn't give up now. I tried shooting my firepower at him, but since we were underwater, it wasn't working at all. I then switched and used my ice powers on it, which kept freezing it in place. That gave me an idea. Medusa's head. Once it was temporarily frozen again, I pulled out her head and used it, turning the sea serpent into stone. That should teach you to mess with me. I looked down the room and spotted Poseidon's lost trident sitting on the floor. Hopefully with this, I could put up a fight against the lightning summoner. On days 68 to 71, I made it back to base with Poseidon's trident. I also noticed that Zach was looking a lot better.
I heard he went out for Poseidon's trident. Can I see it?
I threw the trident over to Zach, and I can tell that he was thinking, what is it?
This trident, it isn't fully ready for us. Give me a little bit. Let me see if I can fully repair it.
Zach then went off towards his blacksmith. I hope you can hurry. We can't wait forever. I then heard a scream sound off far in the distance. That sounded a lot like Flu. Oh no, he could be in trouble. I quickly left my base and made my way towards the noise. On days 72 to 74, I reached Flu's screams and arrived at a fort area of some sorts. What is Flu doing here?
Help!
I ran over to the center of the fort, only to see Flu laying there weak, with the Minotaur right over him.
A shame. It really is. To come this far, only to reach a dead end. Sound familiar?
Please, don't hurt my friend.
Silence! This Griffin has been your spy. He has done anything he could to stop me. And for that, he will suffer!
Wait, no! But before I could react, the Dark Minotaur slammed his foot on the ground, killing Flu. No!
And to think, this happened because you couldn't see my vision.
Your vision? You want to become immortal. And for what? Nothing!
You must think I am selfish, naive. But in reality, it is something much different. My family, my civilization, all gone, all killed. The world wanted to forget about our existence, to move on like we were never there. But no, I am the last Minotaur, the last of my kind. I shall live on forever for my people to ensure our survival.
You are crazy. I won't let you get what you want. I noticed that Flu dropped something, and I quickly ran over to pick it up. Knowing I stood no chance now, I stunned the Minotaur and ran away as fast as I could.
Predictable. Run while you can. My mission is almost complete, and you do not have much longer.
On days 75 to 77, I arrived back home, sad. The person that helped me from the beginning was gone. I told Zach the bad news, and he too knew how big of a loss this was. Together, we found a perfect spot to make Flu a memorial. You not only helped me, but you fought for this world. I promise we will do whatever it takes to avenge your death. I then held the item that Flu dropped and realized that it led straight to the Lightning Summoner's temple. Flu died trying to help me.
I truly believe in you, Fozo. Oh, also, here you go. Your new weapon is ready.
Zach then threw me over Poseidon's trident.
This here weapon should be enough to take down that Lightning Summoner guy.
Well, if that's the case, then I will defeat him and finally gain my last element tomorrow. On days 78 to 80, I reached the Lightning Temple. It was floating in the air and had lightning shooting all around it. This place isn't scary at all. How am I supposed to get up there? Wait a minute. I think I just came up with an idea. Using my Earth ability, I summoned chunks of the world below me, causing them to shoot out. I used this and was able to slowly but surely make my way up to the skies. As I reached the cloud, I saw the Lightning Summoner standing at the entrance waiting for me.
Oh, I have been waiting for this, HYDRA.
Yeah? Well, you're going down. The summoner and I started fighting. With his giant sword and shield, he was extremely tough. I tried my best to fight back with my elements, but at the end of the day, he was far too strong. His lightning beamed down from the sky, which also dealt a lot of damage to me. I need to finish this now. I pulled out Poseidon's trident and aimed it right at the summoner. I threw it, but to my surprise, the summoner blocked it with his shield and knocked me down. No!
Like I said, you stand no chance. I was going to kill you, but maybe I will bring you to the Minotaur so he can do it himself.
On days 84 to 89, I was being escorted to the labyrinth with the Lightning Summoner. Why? Why would you do this? Won't your element be gone?
If there's any chance of my survival, I will pursue it. If that means turning you over to the Minotaur, then so be it.
The summoner pushed me to keep walking, but I felt so weak. Suddenly, I heard rustling from the nearby bushes. What is that?
That's it. I'm over this. Instead of bringing you to him, I'll just bring him your head.
The summoner was about to kill me when out of nowhere, Poseidon's trident flew from the forest and hit him directly, causing him to be defeated. What the? Where did Zach?
I told you I would avenge my father.
I looked down at the ground and saw the last elemental core, the lightning core. I picked it up and felt a power surge within me. I immediately grew another head and now had 10 more hearts. I have a lightning ability that summons lightning wherever I please. But Zach, where did you get another trident?
While I was fixing yours up, I reverse engineered a double for myself.
Thank you. Because of you, I think I'm ready to take on that Minotaur. On days 90 to 94, Zach and I made it back to base. I looked around at everyone and knew what I was fighting for. I went over to the mountain portion of my home and built up the last elemental tower. Once I finished, a huge elemental burst was summoned around my entire home. Whoa.
You've done it!
Not yet, but soon I will. On days 95 to 99, I arrived at the Minotaur's labyrinth. Sounds like he's expecting me. As soon as I entered his home, a horde of his minions crept out of the corners and started to attack. Now with all of my elements, they stood no chance. I used my fire to burn them and used my new lightning ability to finish them off. I've never felt so strong before in my life. That's when I heard his laugh again, but this time it was closer. I turned the next corner and was met with the middle of the labyrinth with the Minotaur standing on his throne, waiting for me. On day 100, I was face to face with the dark matter Minotaur.
Your strength has increased, I see. This will make your death that much more fun.
Yeah? Well, you can kiss your immortality goodbye, because I'm not leaving until you're defeated.
Enough talk! I've waited long enough!
The Minotaur rushed at me and slammed his axe into my back. Ouch! I fought back with each of my elements, which I can tell were greatly hurting him. It did not slow him down, though, because he kept swinging. One of his hits sent me flying in the air. I landed, and my hearts were getting extremely low. That's when I heard a voice, and everything slowed down. Mom? Dad?
Oh, Fozo, how much you have grown.
Yes, son. We have been with you all along. You can do this. Don't just do it for us, but do it for yourself as well.
My parents vanished, causing everything to speed back up again. The Minotaur rushed in for another attack, but I dodged it immediately. Then, while he was confused, I froze him with ice and rained down lightning on top of his head, followed by fire, then followed by my earth ability.
No! This can't be!
The dark matter could never stand a chance against all four of these elements. I'm sorry, but this ends now! I shot my last lightning bolt, which defeated the dark matter Minotaur. Now, with him gone, all elements can exist in peace. I started day 1 as an elemental dragon. Yep, I'm definitely not like any normal dragon. I was in some kind of tower. Where am I?
I have done it! I have created the elemental dragon!
Get him! Kill the wizard! Kill the wizard! And whoever beast he's spawned now!
Elves! Elemental dragon, run!
I did as I was told and began to run away. I was only a baby dragon with 5 hearts. As I ran away, a group of them came running at me, and I was so scared that I wasn't going to be able to escape. Suddenly, I shot ice breath and froze one of the elves.
I can't move!
I guess I might be stronger than I look. I continued to run away from the tower and try to flee into the nearby forest, but the group of elves were still chasing after me. And finally, after a while, they caught up to me.
Oh, elemental dragon, you're coming with us, you little monster!
I started to feel weak, and I knew that I was done for.
Break out! Break out! Break out!
Ah! I woke up, and where am I at? In a cage? Who's that talking to me?
Down here, you fool!
I looked down, and I saw a red aura in front of me.
You want to get out of here, right? Let me take care of it for you.
The red aura just suddenly disappeared, and I felt so much anger growing inside of me. I couldn't hold this in any longer, and fire came out of my mouth, burning the cage. I'm free now, but I can't control it. I burned down everything in my way. Someone, please help me.
Dragon! No!
I saw the elf and stopped the fire. Listen, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I couldn't hold it in.
Yeah, well, you're a monster, buddy. Just like that wizard. Guys, the dragon's loose. Seize him!
Oh, man. Suddenly, a mob of elves came running towards me. I need to get out of here right now. I ran out of the forest, but the elves were catching up to me. This won't do. I need to lose them. Suddenly, I started to go higher and higher, and next thing I knew, I was flying. Awesome. Now, I need to leave this place, and fast. On day 3, I continued flying until I realized I was starting to feel weak. I noticed that I was starving and I was gonna have to find food quickly. I spotted a group of sheep in a field and landed near them. I didn't have any tools, so I tried to use my fire element, but it failed. Of course. Now this guy doesn't want to burn anything down. I had no other option, so I started to attack them with my claws. Since I was a dragon, it was actually more effective than I thought. I took down the sheep and collected their mutton, as well as wool. I started to eat it, and I started to feel my strength returning. I heard what sounded like thunder and blasts in the distance. It sounded close by. I had to investigate what it was. I just hope it's the wizard. I flew off towards the sounds, and eventually, I came across him. There he was, and he was extremely happy to see me.
Oh, thank goodness you survived. I was worried sick something happened to you. I never formally introduced myself. My name is Irion.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm still getting used to everything around here. I don't even know why I'm here to begin with. I was captured by those elves, but I was able to summon fire and break free from them.
You'll be able to do much more than that. Now come along with me. I can't have anything happen to my special dragon.
I still had questions about my origin, so I decided to follow the wizard to see maybe he can tell me more. On day 4, we arrived back at his tower. There, he began talking about the world that I was spawned into.
More and more people in the world have started to throw off the balance, and it's my job to keep it.
Balance? What do you mean balance?
In time, you will understand. I have started to realize I am getting older and will not be around forever.
So that's why I'm here. I'm here to keep the balance in the world in his absence. The wizard then uses magic and... Whoa! I have stone tools in my inventory now. I thanked the wizard and flew off to explore the world. Eventually, I came across a nice area that looked like it would be a good spot to build a base. The area seemed different. There was a patch of dirt in the middle of the grass field, as well as trees stripped of their leaves. I didn't have much time to think about it because it was late and I wanted to build a base before sunrise. I began to collect wood. Once I had enough, I made myself a small shelter. I created a crafting table and used it to craft a bed from the wool I got from the sheep. So I decided it was best if I went to sleep to get some rest. I woke up and found myself in the middle of the fields? Wait, what? I could have sworn I was in my base. How did I get here?
Last night was awesome, bro.
Great. There was another aura in front of me, but this one was green. Who are you?
I'm the wind element inside of you, I think. I just need to get some fresh air, bro. Too bad those guys aren't cool with us.
Too bad who isn't cool with us?
Ah, there's the dragon! Get him! So we can slay the evil wizard! Go! Attack!
I was surrounded by elves again. How did this happen? And what are we supposed to do?
Oh, don't worry, bro. I got this.
Wait, no. The aura disappeared, though. And suddenly, I blew a huge gust of wind, and they all flew away. After defeating the elves, I started growing into a full-size dragon, and I've got 15 hearts. Awesome. I was glad that green aura helped me, or whatever. Why do I keep hearing those voices? And what did that elf mean when he said evil wizard? On day 6, I was traveling back to my base. I couldn't get the evil wizard thing out of my head. He's been nothing but compassionate to me. I arrived home and noticed that more of the grass around it had been changed to dirt. Okay, seriously, how is that even possible? I thought grass was supposed to spread, not recede. I looked around and saw that even more of the trees in the area had also lost their leaves. It was like something was slowly affecting the area. Wait, and who's that? It was a villager and it looked like he was moving a group of cows toward the dirt. Once the cows stepped on the dirt, they were killed. Wait, what? I rushed to the villager. Hey, what happened to these cows? He began to run away. Hey, wait, no, come back here. I caught up to him and demanded that he give me answers to what I just saw.
Wait, you're not going to kill me? But you're a dragon!
Wait, what? Why would I kill you? I don't even know who you are. The villager explained to me that he heard the wizard had summoned a beast to destroy the world and assumed that beast was me. Wait, no, a wizard summoned me, but I wasn't sent here to destroy the world, but bring balance to it.
Yeah, whatever you say, buddy.
The villager headed back off to his base and thanked me for not killing him. Wait, things are starting to not add up. I need to go talk to Irion about this. I need more answers. On day 7, I arrived back at Irion's tower. I was far too big to fit inside of it now, so I called for him to come out.
Bozo, you have grown so large. Exactly what I wanted from you, exploring the world.
He seemed very happy to see me, but I needed answers from him. I began to ask him about all the things I've seen in the world, and how so many people had been calling him an evil wizard.
You have much to learn, young dragon. These things will be explained to you in time. For now, I have a task for you to complete.
Wait, no, you need to answer these, but the wizard didn't listen, and he cut me off.
There is a port nearby that has been plagued by a vicious sea monster. I need you to help those people and slay the beast.
A beast? See, I knew he wasn't evil. All right, sounds good. I'll go get that under control. I prepare to fly off, but Irion stopped me before I could.
There is one more thing before you go. I need you to collect the monster's heart and bring it back to me. I need it for a potion I'm working on.
Save the people, bring back the heart. Got it. I set off in the direction of the port. I arrived, and the sea monster was attacking the villagers. Help! Oh man, I gotta do something to save these guys.
We turn this monster into seafood. Burn it to a crisp.
It looks like my fire element friend is back, because I started to feel rage within me and blew fire on the monster. But it didn't have any effect. Instead, I ended up burning some of the port. No! We're gonna burn the villagers. Thankfully, this time, I was able to control it, and I stopped blowing the fire. But what am I supposed to do?
I think I can help with that.
Suddenly, a yellow aura appeared in front of me.
Don't worry. You can trust me. I am the lightning element after all. Just take a deep breath and let me take care of this.
The yellow aura vanished, and I felt calm, like I could do anything, and instantly shocked the monster, dealing a ton of damage. The monster continued to rush at me, and I shocked it again, this time defeating it. All right, and where is it? There it is, the monster's heart. So you said you were the lightning element? How many more of you guys are there?
Let's get out of here first, and then I'll answer your questions.
I collected the sea monster's heart and flew out of the port. On days 9 to 10, I let out a breath of electricity, and the lightning element appeared in front of me again.
We are what help you control your elemental powers, Fozo. We all work with your emotions to help you control them.
My emotions? What do you mean by my emotions? I let out a breath of ice, and a blue aura emerged. I usually come out when you're afraid. I don't even want to be here. Everything is so scary. There was a blast of fire, and the red aura was there too.
That guy is such a baby. He makes me so mad.
All right. Calm down there, hothead. So I take it you're the angry one.
I'm not angry.
Fire began to shoot from the aura. Oh man, calm down, dude. I flapped my wings, creating a massive gust of wind, and the green aura emerged.
Just go with the flow, bro. Free spirit. Let it guide you.
Don't listen to them. You need to understand yourself more before you can understand us.
You know what? The lightning aura was right. I needed to talk to Irion. I looked down, and all the auras were gone. I think there's a lot of getting used to I'm gonna have to go through. I continued on toward his tower. On days 11 to 12, I arrived at Irion's tower. He was incredibly excited to see me, especially after I gave him the heart.
What is it, Fozo? You look troubled.
Listen, I know there's something going on. There's 4 different elements that are inside me, and each day I've been seeing more and more of them.
You have nothing to fear, young dragon. You are the most perfect entity I have ever created so far.
Yeah, but it just feels like something else is going on. Either something's wrong with me, or something's wrong with the world, or...
Enough of your nonsense. I have another task for you. There is a village that has been rebelling. I need you to go there and destroy it for me.
I thought that goes against what we stood for. He didn't listen, and he told me that the village was heavily defended, and I would most likely need some armor upgrades to take it out. He gave me an iron pickaxe and wished me luck on my adventure. Okay, I trust you. I set off from the tower to find a mine. I arrived at a nearby cave and began to look for iron to make myself some armor. After a bit, I was able to mine the materials. I found enough iron to make myself an iron chestplate, as well as a helmet. I started to leave, but I heard some noises coming from the entrance of the cave. The noises sounded way too familiar, and I had a feeling that I knew exactly what it was. I exited the cave and was ambushed by a group of elves. They started shooting arrows at me.
It's the wizard's base! We finally got it!
There were so many of them, and I was trying my best to fight back, but I was overwhelmed. I started to feel so angry, and...
Stop it!
For once, I was starting to agree with the fire element. I started to breathe fire on the elves and burn them, but then he didn't stop there and continued to use the fire on the nearby trees. Okay, stop. What are you doing?
Burn it all!
All right, concentrate. I need to stop him. Suddenly, I felt much more calm and realized I suppressed the fire element. Okay, it seems as though that I have a pretty hot temper. I flew off toward the location of the village. I arrived and flew over to check what kind of defenses it had. I started to realize that the village didn't have any defenses for a dragon at all. They must have a large army on the ground or something I'm gonna have to defeat. I landed and prepared to fight, but all the villagers scattered, terrified into their houses.
Dragon! Run! Oh my gosh!
How could these villagers be rebelling if they don't have any defenses or an army? This doesn't add up. I spotted a familiar face peering out of the houses. It was a villager I saw with those herd of cows. I asked for him to come and speak with me, and he slowly exited his house, terrified.
Are you here to destroy the village and kill us all?
I told him Irion the wizard sent me to destroy the village because they were rebelling. Are you guys trying to throw off the balance in this world or not? The villager looked shocked and told me that they were a peaceful farming village. They had no defenses and only were trying to make a living. Wait, what?
Yeah, and plus, our crops are randomly dying, and the soil, it's going barren. We're just trying to build more and more farms.
Was this the rebellion that Irion had been referring to? I needed more answers. Well, thank you. I'm not here to destroy anything, I promise. I arrived back at my base. Something strange is happening to this world. Oh, and also, there's no way I was gonna be able to fit inside my home now. I mean, look at me. I went and collected more materials so I can expand it. There we go. That looks much better. Once I finished, I headed off toward Irion's tower. I needed to ask him why he wanted to destroy that village. Once I arrived, he was already outside waiting for me. Was he expecting me?
Why didn't you destroy the village like I asked you to, Fozo?
But those people were just an innocent farming village. They weren't rebelling at all.
You weren't supposed to talk to the villagers. You were supposed to destroy them like I asked you to.
I'm also not going to start defeating innocent people, especially if you're not telling me why I needed to destroy it. So let me ask you again. Why? Irion didn't answer. He just began walking back into his tower. Hey, I'm not done speaking with you.
Leave at once.
Ugh, fine. I arrived back at my base, and there was a villager standing there. Hey, why are you here?
The wizard is attacking our village.
What? How could that be? I thought he was far too weak to do anything like that. I had to fly there and see it for myself. As I was approaching the village, I saw smoke in the distance. The entire village was burning, and at the center of it was Irion and their people. Irion, stop! He didn't listen. He just shot a fireball at me.
I should have never created you. You are worthless.
Irion continued to attack the villagers with the fireballs. I have to do something to stop him. I started to attack him with my sword.
You don't understand the power I possess.
He shot another fireball, and I was down on the ground. He then began to use some kind of spell. Come on, I really need the elements' help here. Any help, guys?
You don't deserve your elements.
There was a massive flash of light, and I heard the voice of the auras flying off into the distance. I noticed that my colors had faded from my body. Irion flew over me and hit me again. I was low on hearts, and I started to black out. On days 21 to 23, I woke up still in the village. I looked around at the destruction that Irion caused. Man, why didn't he take me out when he had the chance? I could have sworn I was done for. But one thing's for certain, he truly was the evil wizard everyone warned me about. So was he just lying to me this entire time? Why did he create me then? I felt so deprived. I had none of my elemental abilities.
Dragon, do you see now?
All the faces on the villagers said exactly what I was thinking. How could I be so blinded by the evil Irion? I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't know. The villagers didn't accept my apology. Their entire home was destroyed. I offered them that they can at least come stay with me at my base. Despite their reluctance, they agreed, having nowhere else to live. We began to travel back. Once we arrived, I began to go out into the world and gather material for their homes. Once I had enough, we started to construct them. It wasn't as nice as the homes they had, but it was something.
Thank you for showing us compassion at our darkest times.
I knew I had a lot of making up to do, but the villagers were starting to come around. On days 24 to 26, I left my base to go search for the elements. I was flying across an ice biome when I spotted an igloo in the snow. I landed and approached to check out what was inside.
Don't come any closer.
It was the ice element, and it looked like he was inside of a penguin. What are you doing here? I need you to join back with me so we can stop that evil wizard.
I don't want to. He's too scary.
Oh man, I need a way to get him back. Come on, think of something, Fozo. Anything. I didn't have long to think because I was attacked by some kind of monster. I tried fighting back with my sword, but I was so weak. Listen, man, I know you're afraid, but I really need you right now.
No, I'm too weak to help anyways. I'd only hold you back.
You're much stronger than you think you are. I mean, look at you. You're an element. I kept getting attacked and was getting low on hearts.
How do I know I won't just mess up? I never take any chances because I fear my own mistakes.
Sometimes you just need to jump. Life's about mistakes, but what's important is learning from them. So help me, please. Suddenly, I saw the penguin appear from the igloo and running towards me. I absorbed the penguin and began to use my ice abilities again. My skin even changed.
All right, Dragon, let's take him down together.
Together, we were able to defeat the monster. Thank you. I thought I was a goner for sure.
I thought I was too, but you made me believe in myself.
Days 27 to 29, I was flying back toward my base. I had my ice friend again. I noticed that there was a group of sheep that looked like they could use some help. I flew down and asked them what was going on. The sheep said that they had been dying without any cause, and all the food they had once was slowly disappearing from the area. Well, if you guys want, you guys can come back and live with me. I'm sure I can help you guys out. I took the sheep back to my home and started to construct them a nice pen to live in. I realized while I was gone, the villagers had gone together and built a farm for the base. Well, thanks, guys.
It wasn't for you, bozo. We did it for ourselves.
Well, at least we had more food. They're gonna start liking me eventually.
Yes, it's working. Stronger, stronger! Now, rise, Malgog! What is your bidding?
On days 30 to 32, I decided it was best to start making things right with all the people I'd done wrong. I flew off from my base. I hope I can find those elves somewhere. I don't exactly know where they were, but I remember they lived in a forest. Once I found a large forest, I started to wander for what felt like days until I spotted an elf. Hey, wait up! The elf turned and saw me and let out a screech. Before I knew it, there was a group of elves surrounding me.
Kill the beast! Do it! It's our 5th chance to kill the beast! Make it count!
Wait, guys, listen. I'm here to apologize. I didn't know the wizard was evil, and I want to make things right. The elves didn't seem to believe me, except one who came forward and stood up for me. It was the elf I saved from the fire on day 2.
He's not that bad of a guy!
They agreed to take me to the Elf King. We traveled to him, and once we arrived, I apologized. I want to make everything right in this world, guys. Young dragon, you are forgiven. How could you have known your creator was malicious? The Elf King told me that they had been researching ways they would be able to defeat him. Maybe, just maybe, you are the key in all of this. He sucks the life from Earth and eventually wants to absorb all of it so that he may live forever. Forever? How old is Irion then? This has to be why he spawned me in. Don't worry, young dragon. In time, we will have our answers. The Elf King told me that he would find me if they found a way to defeat him. On days 33 to 35, I decided to get some upgrades for my armor. I headed to a nearby cave to mine. After some mining, I was able to find enough iron to complete my armor set. There was a faint noise coming from deeper in the cave, though. What was that? I need to find out. I began to walk deeper into it. Oh, a diamond. I continued to follow the noises until I entered a massive room. There was a hammer at the center of it, and wait a second, it began speaking to me?
Fozo, I have been waiting for this day.
Wait, me? How do you know who I am, and what are you? He introduced himself as the Elemental Hammer and told me he never thought he would see the day when all the elements were free once again. Free? What is that even supposed to mean?
All the elements work together to hold the balance of the world until the evil wizard came and destroyed them all. He absorbed their powers and held them for years.
And then he used them to make me. Everything was starting to make more sense. But why could I hear their voices, and why can I hear you? All of you guys seem like you have a mind of your own. The hammer ignored me and asked me to take him and use him against the forces of evil. All right, magical hammer. Sounds like a plan. I grabbed him and made my way out of the cave.
I need to do something to help these people. This'll have to do. Leave these people alone.
Our king has died. Will you please govern our people?
Yes, I will guide you to prosperity.
A knight arrived at my base. He began to say that the new queen of the kingdom had summoned me to her presence. Wait, what? Hold on, a new queen? I don't know any queens or kingdoms.
She claims to be an old friend of yours.
The knight urged me to follow him to the kingdom. All right, I'll do as you ask. Maybe this queen will be able to help me find the other elements. Days 39 to 41, I arrived with the knight. The kingdom looked as though it was flourishing. It was a lot for me to take in. I followed him into the throne room, and to my surprise, a yellow deer was sitting at the throne. Are you the...
Hello, Fozo. Do you like what I have done with the place?
Lightning element? I didn't have time to ask questions as to what was going on. I just started to beg her to join back with me. The lightning element refused and told me that this kingdom needed her more than I did. But you don't understand. The entire world is in danger. Just then, a massive beast broke into the throne room.
This kingdom will fall for Irion.
Wait, you're working for Irion? I couldn't just stand here. I charged at him with my hammer and began to strike him down. He was barely being hurt by it, though. This guy had so much health. The lightning element tried to fight against him too, but she was quickly knocked to the ground. I pleaded for her to join me again. If not, we're both gonna die.
No, I know what I am doing. I know everything.
That's just impossible. No one can know literally everything, and sometimes it's okay to have help from others. So just please help, and let's join forces. Just listen to me, please. Give me a chance.
Fine. I think you may be right, Dragon.
I absorbed the lightning element, and my skin had changed. I now had shades of yellow again. The lightning element called out for the ice element to help as well. He allowed me to use his ice breath, freezing the monster in its tracks. Because of that, we were able to escape the kingdom. But the monster must have broken free because we can only watch helplessly as he continued to destroy it.
Exactly what I was looking for.
On days 42 to 44, I reached my base and noticed that the king elf was there waiting for me. Oh, young dragon, we have found something that may be able to counteract the wizard. He then told me that they discovered an item known as the Heart of the Earth. He said combined with my elemental abilities, it could possibly reverse any damage the wizard has done to the world. Unfortunately, young dragon, the location of the item is unknown, but you may be able to find its location in the Lost Library. Ooh, mystery. Okay, I thanked him for the information and prepared to leave. But right before I did, the king elf said in order for the effects to reach all of the world, a massive pyramid would have to be constructed. The pyramid would help amplify the spell. He dropped me a ton of sandstone and told me to start working on it. All right, sounds good. Wait, aren't you gonna help? No. He left my base and I got to work. Wow, thanks. I started to construct the base for the pyramid and quickly ran out of materials. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more sandstone to finish this thing. That's for sure. I decided to stop the work there and headed off to the Lost Library. On days 45 to 46, I arrived. Okay, look at the size of that. How could anyone possibly lose this thing? It was massive. I made my way inside and realized the place was filled with spiders. They started to attack, but thankfully, I'm a dragon and I took them down. I started to search the library. I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking for, but the king elf believed something had the location here.
Over there.
The lightning element began to guide me to a section in the library. She wasn't sure how she knew where to go, but I listened to her gut. I came across writings, and they were written by her? Wait, she must have written these before Irion defeated her. I began reading through them till I found something interesting.
Irion grows stronger every day. We fear that soon he will defeat us and will take the heart of the earth for himself. I brought the other elements together and devised a plan to seal the heart away. We created a vault and tasked an ancient guardian with defending the heart. We then used our elemental powers to seal the heart away so the wizard would never be able to obtain it. Only the purest of hearts would be able to find the vault.
The lightning element told me she knew where it was and would take me there once the time was right. All right, well, I guess I had my answer, so I began to travel home. As I was flying over a swamp, the ice elemental told me to land.
I sense a presence here of importance.
I began to look around for the presents until we came across a large green bird. Wait, this must be the wind elemental. I began my way over to him and noticed that he was being attacked by a crocodile, but the wind elemental used a gust of wind to blow him away.
Vibe check, bro. Population you. Oh, what's up, Fozo?
Listen, I'm going around gathering the other elements. We need to come together again so we can defeat the wizard. He refused, saying he was having too much fun being free and flying around chill. Come on. I told him he had to join me or else the world was going to be completely destroyed. But still, he didn't seem to care at all.
We must unlock the heart of the earth to save the world. We need you for this.
Yeah, seriously? I don't care about this at all. Life is good, bro. Just relax a little.
He then just walked away. I wanted to chase after him, but I assumed there was no changing his mind. That didn't go according to plan. On days 51 to 53, I was flying around trying to find the fire elemental when I spotted a large area of trees that were all missing leaves again. The damage looked a lot bigger than the last time. Irion's power is only growing stronger. I heard a roar behind me, and the beast that was attacking the kingdom was standing there.
You will soon perish once the wizard completes his potion and...
Yeah, absorbs all life on Earth so he can live forever. I think we all understand what's happening. I definitely made him mad because he rushed at me and started to attack. Oh no. I tried to evade his attacks, but he was too fast. I had to try and fight back using my elemental powers, but they didn't seem very effective on him. There was no way I was going to be able to take him down without the other elements. I had to flee. I flew off while he laughed at me.
Only one more ingredient and the potion will be ready.
On days 54 to 56, I arrived back on my base and noticed that it had expanded. While I was gone, the villagers had built a farm as well as brought back cows to the base. One of the villagers approached me and offered me food. Oh, thank goodness. I'm starving. I thanked all of them for making upgrades to the base. I figured this was a good time to continue working on my pyramid. I flew to the desert and collected as much sand and sandstone as I could. I saw there was a village nearby, so I went to explore it. But when I got close, I realized it was in ruins and there was no villagers left. What happened here? Oh man, I need to hurry with this pyramid before all villagers turn out to be like that. I returned to base and started making progress on it. It wasn't long before I ran out of sandstone again. I was still in the mood to build, so I expanded my base. It was really starting to look like a home fit for a dragon. I needed to get stronger if I wanted to take down the wizard's new beast, so I flew to a cave in search of diamonds. I mined for what felt like days, but finally had enough to craft some upgrades. I crafted myself a pair of diamond pants, as well as a helmet. I flew back to base and went to sleep for the night.
It's time, Fozo.
Whoa. I was woken up by the lightning element. She told me that I was ready to test if my heart was pure. I'm guessing we're going to the vault then. I flew off following her directions. My mind was still a little busy. I didn't know where fire was, and wind definitely didn't want to join me. I need to find them and regain all of my power again. I landed at the front of the vault. I noticed that there were 4 pillars in front of the massive door. These must be the elemental locks I read about. I used my lightning breath on one of the pillars, and suddenly it was ignited with a yellow flame. I did the same with my ice breath, and it lit up with a blue one. Now, I just need to find the other 2 elements, and I can enter the vault.
Get out.
I looked around. What was that? I was unable to see anything. Hello? Anyone there?
Get out.
Yep, someone was definitely there. It sounded like it was coming from the other side of the door. It must be the guardian I read about too. Okay, I definitely do not want to upset him. So I flew off. On days 60 to 62, I was collecting wheat from the farm when a farmer ran up to me. He was on fire.
Help me!
I quickly used my ice breath and extinguished the flame. Hey, what happened?
Fire bull!
Fire bull? He told me that a bull arrived at the base and was lighting everything on fire. Wait a second. The fire element. I flew off toward the farm. When I arrived, the villager wasn't kidding. Everything was on fire. And there he was, the fire element.
Burn it all!
No, stop it. Stop it right now. But he just continued laughing and saying how angry he was. Listen, please. You need to stop and just join me. But he refused. I pleaded, but he just got more annoyed and started to fight with me. He lit me on fire. I had to use my ice breath to put myself out. I hit him with my hammer and then used my ice breath to freeze him in place. I could tell he did not like being covered in ice, and he begged me to release him. He wanted to destroy everything. No, I'm not releasing you until you can see what you're doing is wrong.
How? These people make me so angry.
But why? Why are you always angry?
Because anger is all I know. That's as far back as I can remember. That is what fuels me.
Well, that stops today. Just calm down and join me again. Let me teach you how to better control it. I promise you, there's things in life to be happy about too.
Fine.
I released him, and in a flash of light, we joined together again. My skin regained its red shade as well. Now, I just need to convince the wind guy to join with me. He was gonna be a problem. On days 63 to 65, I woke up to an explosion outside of my house. I ran outside and saw Malgog was destroying everything. Stop! I charged at him, wielding my hammer, but I missed. He continued to go through my base and was destroying all of the houses.
Tyrion needs one of your scales for his potion, and I plan on getting that.
My scales? No way! I chased after him, using my ice breath to try to slow him down. He then began to slam the ground in front of me, but I was much more prepared for this fight. I fought back using lightning breath, and I can tell it was actually hurting him. He hit me again and was attempting to get one of my scales from me. Back off!
You will give me that scale.
He turned and saw a group of villagers that were watching. Uh-oh. He rushed at them. All right, fine. I'll give you my scale. Just leave them alone. He agreed. He got the scale and left my base. You gotta be kidding me. Now, Malgog has all the ingredients for his potion. The villagers came up, though, and thanked me for saving them.
You were a hero.
I'm just sorry for the way I treated you guys before.
Don't worry. People grow. Also, crops do too. That's why we love them so much.
Well, at least I felt much better about this decision. On days 66 to 68, my base was still in ruins. I went out and began to collect materials to rebuild it. I collected wood and started to rebuild the villagers' houses as well with them. After I collected a ton of stone, I decided to build a wall around my home. I hope with this, we would have better defenses. As I was finishing, the wind element was suddenly there.
Whoa, dude, your base is totally messed up, man.
Yes, man. We could have used your help. Don't you see all the destruction that's going on?
Yeah, man, but like, you guys should just chill a little.
No, not every answer is just chill. It's okay to have things you care about, but for some odd reason, it seems like you're afraid of caring about anything.
Afraid? Yeah, right. I'm not afraid of anything. I just,
Don't what? Care? Yeah, trust me. We all know. And it's affecting all of the innocent people in this world. Think about that. You are the final piece to this puzzle, and it's not getting solved because of your careless actions. So you know what? Just leave. We'll figure out a way to defeat the wizard without you. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me. But I knew he made his decision. So I went inside my home and left him there.
Good! Now I have everything I need for my potion! Ha ha ha!
On days 69 to 71, I woke up to the sounds of horns at my base. What's that? I rushed outside to see what was going on. It was the Elf King. He approached me with his army of little elves. Hey, Irion, he has everything he needs to complete his potion. Oh no, young dragon. This is troubling news. But there is still hope. The Elf King told me that if the wizard doesn't obtain the heart of the earth, then there's nothing we should fear. Without that, all life on earth is safe. Well, that's good news at least. I then told him about Malgog and how powerful he was. Without the wind element, I don't think I'm gonna be able to defeat him. He told me maybe this could help, and he tossed me an elemental shield. We crafted this just for you. Now go. The world depends on you, young dragon.
Yeah, you're totally better now. He's not a bad guy.
I thanked the Elf King for the shield and set off to find Malgog's lair. As I was flying across biomes, I noticed that more and more of the world was losing its life. I saw a majority of the plains had been converted to dirt, and it was only a matter of time before all of its life was lost. I finally came across a massive structure. This must be his lair. Yep, it's exactly how the Elf King described it. I prepared myself for the battle of a lifetime. On days 72 to 74, I called out for Malgog to face me. He left his base and began to laugh.
The weak dragon. Time for me to finish you.
Malgog started to charge at me and slammed the ground in front of me again. Luckily, though, this time, I was able to block some of the damage. I started to fight back, throwing everything I had at him. I was definitely hurting him, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna be enough. Malgog clearly wasn't ready for the fight. He was starting to get angry and hit me really hard, taking away most of my hearts. I thought I was more prepared. There's no way I was gonna be able to defeat him. Malgog stood over me and prepared to deliver the final hit.
You are weak, and I am strong.
Before he can hit me, he was pushed back by a gust of wind. I turned around and saw the wind element. You're here.
Jaw, dude. Thought it was time I started caring about something.
He walked over to me, and I absorbed his powers once again. I was back into the full elemental dragon. I even had 30 hearts.
What? Impossible.
He rushed towards me again, and I used my ice breath to freeze him in place. I then started to use my fire breath on him.
How did you become so powerful?
Finally, I used all my elemental powers together and defeated him for good. Thank you so much. Without you, we would have been done for.
No, thank you for making me care.
On days 75 to 77, I was flying back to my base over a desert and decided to land to collect sand and sandstone. Since Malgog was defeated and I once again had all my elements, I figured it was a good time to complete the pyramid. I gathered as much sand and sandstone as I could and returned home. I then started to work on it and was able to complete it. Wow, look at that. I placed the pedestal inside the pyramid for the heart of the earth, just like the Elf King had told me. As I was finishing, he actually approached me. Yes, young dragon! Congrats! You defeated Malgog! I hated that guy! Now all that is left is to prove your purity to the Guardian of the Heart of the Earth! Oh, I completely forgot about the Guardian. They didn't want me anywhere near that place last time. Do you know anything about him? Unfortunately, no one knew anything about what guarded the Heart of the Earth. No one has even seen him. I thanked him for all of his help. I guess it's time someone finally does. I arrived at the entrance to the vault. I quickly used my fire breath to light one of the pedestals, and then my wind breath. There was a large rumbling, and the vault door opened in front of me. I heard the same voice asking me to leave, but I knew I couldn't. I entered the vault and saw the heart of the earth in the center of the room. Before I could grab it, I heard the voice speak again.
You think you are worthy to possess this heart?
I turned around and saw a large, shadowy figure towering over me. Why, yes. Yes, I do, because I want to use it to restore the balance of the earth.
Wise.
The Guardian screeched at me and stepped forward to attack. Before it could reach me, though, the lightning element exited my body and told the Guardian to stand down. The Guardian faded away. Whoa, thank you. I grabbed the heart and made my way to the exit.
Yes, the potion worked. I am young again. I feel So powerful! Ha 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 ha!
On days 81 to 85, I exited the vault and saw a strange-looking person standing in front of me. They looked familiar, but I couldn't tell who it was.
Hello, Fozo.
Wait, Irion? But you look so much younger. How? He began to launch fireballs at me. I did my best to evade them, but I was trapped. Ow, they hurt so much more. His potion had reversed his age and given him so much more power than before. Luckily, though, I was stronger than I once was, so I was able to take a few hits from him.
Give me the heart, or die!
I would never give this to you. You're a monster. I continued to fight back, but it was a losing effort. He struck me with another spell, and I dropped the heart. I felt so weak. Irion approached me.
Join me, dragon, as you once were supposed to. Assist me and watch the world burn to a crisp. It is your destiny!
No, you're wrong. It isn't. He hit me with another fireball, launching me back into the vault. He then uses fireballs to collapse the entrance inside.
Fine, have it your way. Now, I think I'll pay the elves a visit.
I was trapped inside the vault and looked to see if there was any other way out. Nope, the only way out was through the entrance. Okay, come on, Fozo. Come on. I summoned my strength to try to open it, but it didn't work. I can't do this. I'm a failure. All the elements then came out of my body and landed right in front of me.
You are no failure.
You are the reason we are this far right now. You helped me gain my courage.
You helped me gain my happiness. You helped me gain a reason worth fighting for.
You are the strongest part about all of us, Fozo. If anyone can get out of here and defeat the wizard, it's you.
We believe in you. I absorbed all of the elements. They were right. I can get us out of here. I can do this. I used all of my elemental power and blasted through the debris. I did it. I actually did it. But I realized it wasn't going to be long before the wizard unleashed his power. I had to go back and talk to the Elf King. Thanks, guys. Thanks for believing in me, too. As I arrived, I saw that the elf's base was in total ruins. Oh, no. Did Irion come here first? I landed and began to ask the elves where the king was. One of the elves told me where I can find him, and I rushed off. When I arrived, the Elf King lied there on the ground. What happened? He told me that Irion came here and attacked their home, killing many of them in the process. He tried to fight back, but was far too weak to take him on. I'm afraid all might be lost, young dragon. Is there anything that can be done to stop him? Please, there has to be a way. I am not sure, but I'm afraid this is for you to figure out yourself now. I can see the light. It's coming close. Wait, no, that's just the sun. Oh, there we go. The Elf King died in front of me. No! The wizard, he's gonna pay for this. Wait, what's that? On days 91 to 94, the light dissipated. I looked around and realized all the trees had lost their leaves and the grass was completely converted to dirt. I started to wander through the base and noticed all the elves were gone. The wizard must have used his spell successfully. I flew off toward my home to see if there were any survivors. As I flew, I crossed many biomes that had been turned completely to dirt. I arrived home and saw that all the villagers were gone too. I failed to save everyone in the world. We couldn't make it. But why, guys? Why am I still here?
You possess the power of all the elements. I believe we are keeping you alive.
Great. Now I get to live in a world with just me and that greedy wizard. What am I supposed to do now? We began to think and realized if the heart of the earth was able to take away life, it might be able to be used to restore it. You know what, guys? I think it's worth a shot. Let's go restore the world. On days 95 to 99, I arrived at the wizard's tower and took him by surprise. He was stunned at first, but began to fight back with his spells. I charged him, wielding my hammer and shield, and hit him back. This might be my chance to get the heart. He's stunned. I used my ice breath on him and froze him in place. I grabbed the heart and flew as fast as I could back home.
No!
I got back to my base and placed the heart of the earth at the center of the pyramid. I then charged all of my elemental powers and used them on the heart. I saw a massive beam of light shoot out of the top of the pyramid. I walked outside and saw all the villagers had been revived. The villagers approached me and asked me what happened.
Wait, did we just die or something?
No, it doesn't matter because you guys are back. Young dragon, you did it! You really did it! I turned around, and to my surprise, the Elf King was alive too. I was so thankful to have him back. Together, we will get rid of this wizard for good.
No! No, impossible! I need to return to my tower!
It was day 100, and I arrived at the wizard's tower with the army of elves.
Yay, elves! let's get this guy for good!
We rushed to get the wizard, but he was prepared. He began to shoot fireballs from the tower, taking out a lot of the elves. Young dragon, you must stop him. We are far too weak and puny. I told the elves to retreat. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna take care of this wizard. I flew into the air and started to use my elemental abilities on his tower. I wanted to destroy it and force him to fight me on the ground. As I flew around the tower, he shot fireballs at me. I was able to dodge all of them and delivered an elemental blast, taking out the tower. I landed in front of Irion and told him to surrender. You lost, and you're far too weak to defeat me now.
I will never give up. I'm still more powerful than you.
We began to battle, and I can tell even though he was weakened, he was still not going to go down easily. I bashed him with my hammer and used my shield to block his fireballs. I continued to use my elemental abilities, slowly weakening him. He refused to quit though. He kept fighting. Finally, I hit him with a fire blast and he went down. I charged all of my elemental abilities and used them on him.
No!
Taking him out for good. And just like that, the world can finally live balanced.